Welcome to 108 Gate, where we are doing the Taurus reading. Taurus, we're looking at the end of 2003, so that is the end of October, November, December, seeing what is sizzling, what's cooking, what's steaming, what's brewing. There's a lot of energies going in different directions for different reasons. Some are to clean things out, purify, cleansing. Some are to realign, to rejuvenate. It's all happening simultaneously. So optimism is a key. Look up and look brightly. Being in a new space, being in a possibly a more optimistic space than you've been in the past. For some of you, it may be that you're feeling more optimistic than you can remember. Silence, listen more and be quiet. Feeling into this optimism, because like I've just said before this came out, some of you haven't been this optimistic before. So what I meant by that is that it literally is your new space. You may have been more of a pessimistic person before, and that's not in a rude way. It's just literally when you had a problem, you'd see the problem and then kind of dive into the problem, as opposed to that's the problem, that's the issue, let's find a solution, and doing it in a way that's actually beneficial to you, rather than doing that now. It's even more focused on optimism. It's more focused on where is the solution, what is the solution, is there a solution, do I need to move on from this, or can we work with this, and if we can work with it, how do we work with it? In the silence, the truth becomes apparent. The past is going to become apparent, because as you're going into a new space, you're going to be feeling the contrast of where you were and where you are now, where you were and where you're heading to now. Therefore, communicating Eight of Wands with yourself in a different way, therefore communicating with others in a different way. There may be more compassion coming in, there may be love, more love in the words, there may be more understanding of the other person in the other shoes, being in another person's shoes and seeing from their side, like, okay, now I see where you're coming from. Before, I didn't take the time to be quiet and actually listen correctly. Now you're listening in a different way, or you have the opportunity to listen in a different way. Therefore, bringing in temperance, bringing in a new way of addressing things, a new way of connecting with things, a new way of connecting with others, a new way of just conducting yourself. It's a really sweet energy. It's a nice energy. It's a wholesome energy. It's prepping you for what's to come. There's a lot of greatness ready to come. So it's a matter of being ready for that and being aware of what you could be doing. And on that, we've just had another one come out with Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords indicating that the clarity you're going to have coming in, sorry for the squeaky chair, the clarity you're going to have come in from this is going to be substantial. It's going to give you a whole new section of your personality come through. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's the way it's coming up. It's like there's a whole part of you that you hadn't actually took the time to connect with. You hadn't allowed it the permission to kind of flourish and blossom, but now you are. So you've got the Queen of Serpents, Queen of Coins, seeing the new value of yourself, seeing a different value of yourself. But it's more to do with, you're going to start seeing the value of you being in a different emotional space with yourself, a different subconscious space of yourself. Your communication of this, the way you're going to transmit this and transmute this for your benefit, is going to then play out in you having more available for yourself to be utilising. Eight of Swords. Let's get another card. The swords have been a really the 5, 6, 7 and 8 have been a bit weird. So the Eight of Swords, there's a certain level of what I'm seeing from this particular card is there's an equal cutting, and like when you take a cutting of something, it's to propagate, to bring in something new of that, to multiply it, So there's a certain level that's propagating, so that's why a cut's being made. And then there's another space of like cutting things off because you don't benefit from it anymore. You didn't benefit from it then. You may not have recognised that you don't benefit from it, but now recognising you don't benefit from it is actually the benefit. So being able to cut things off, cut things out. This one is more to do with cutting something to propagate it. So if you have a tomato, for example, for you to have a tomato in a salad, you don't just slam the whole tomato. If it's like a big tomato, you're going to slice it up. If you have it on a sandwich, you slice it up so it's just even over the sandwich. So there's benefits to cutting things, and there's also necessary cutting of things to remove, to extract, and discerning the difference of this. This is part of the changes and shifts that can come in. This is a magical discernment. This is a way of multiplying, increasing your resources, your access to resources, you as your biggest resource, and seeing more of what's your potential, seeing more of what's possible, allowing the fog to shift and allowing in more clarity, allowing in more dignified steps forward. Really great energy. Chariot, there you go. So with those steps forward, you actually take those steps forward. You know where to take those steps forward because you've got temperance over here. You've got clarity with the swords over here. You're winning with the communicating to yourself in a different way over here with the Eight of Wands. So then you're practically applying that, cutting off and propagating something, and then cutting off and extracting something, removing something to create something magical. And when you've got that magic brewing, like I said at the beginning, you've got it brewing, you've got it stewing, you've got it percolating, then you're going to automatically know where to step forward, because it's going to start like I'm seeing like a barren field, like a barren space, like a field that's kind of been burnt and scorched over, and then all of a sudden you've got this line of lush grass and wildflowers forming. So you know, like that's a really, and it's kind of inviting you to go along that way, or stepping stones appear and illuminate for you to like not even have to wonder about, is this the correct direction to go in or not. It just illuminates itself, letting you know it's a safe space to be, it's a safe place to go. So for this, we're going to get another oracle on either side, because it's such a lovely reading, Taurus. Enjoy this, especially because you have the lunar eclipse coming at the end of October with you. And as we know, those energies can be around for quite a while. So birds of paradise, self-acceptance. When you're accepting yourself with a different way, you're calmer with yourself, you're communicating better with yourself. Therefore, with clarity, able to accept yourself. Whole different vibe going in there. Whole different investment in self. Virility, shake it up a little. You've got this. So going out, excuse me, with greater confidence, with greater discernment, with greater determination and devotion to your true path. Beautiful reading, Taurus. I hope you enjoy this energy, utilize it, and for now, peace and love.